promise you, when you become involved with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeichertGriffin.com.
Why don't you just kind of style it up?
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see a chance of some showers and thunderstorms, very few and far between early, but a better chance in the afternoon across the north. High temperatures today will be close to 90. Chance of showers and scattered thunderstorms tonight, and overnight low will drop down close to 70 degrees. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Cop CDL Academy. Call them today at 479-632-1050. Cop CDL Academy, expanding horizons.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state, or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 73 days.
This hour of the Morning Rush is driven by Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale and online at rathmitsubishi.com. You're rolling with Rath on the Morning Rush.
Roads? Well, we're going, we don't need roads.
Down. Here to go.
Here comes West to the plate. He throws home the tag. And win the inning. Two on Aloy, swing and a drive, right field, carrying. There it goes. Get out of here.
Just put us to bed tonight. Put us to bed. Put us home. We'll be all right.
Was sent by the lefty. The pitch to Maxwell. Swung on. Hit towards left center field. Could be a gapper. That one's down. A gapper to the fence. Scoring one. Here comes Aloy. 2 runs in. Logan Maxwell at second base to make it 5-0.
We just don't make it easy on ourselves.
Just as I'm out, they suck me back in again.
They've got power, got some speed, and you just have to pitch well against them. And you got to score, and if we don't score, we'll be in trouble.
Thomas, who swung on a base hit over third, makes it 7-0.
And we'll see you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
That was an ode to Jack Buck at the end of our open that pulled through together. By the way, guys, Jack Buck passed away on this day in 2002, died at 77 years old. So I want to make sure he gets some credit here this morning, the longtime.
Yeah, he needs a lot of credit. He wasn't any good, was he?
Broadcaster of the St. Louis Cardinals. You know, I looked up the term destiny in the dictionary this morning. The events that will necessarily happen to a particular person or thing in the future. And it was funny to listen to Jay Johnson talk about, we knew we were going to have to play Arkansas. DVH has said the same. You heard some players say the same. And once again, it comes down to Arkansas and LSU in postseason. You're 0-4 against these guys. Most recently, of course, you're losing to them on Saturday night 4-1.
0-4 in the College World Series.
Yes,
let's clarify
in postseason. I think people knew what I was talking about. But that being said, you have a chance to do something no Razorback team has done and beat these guys. Listen, Bubba, Scott Tabor, a lot older Razorback baseball players will disagree with me. You haven't played Texas, obviously, in quite some time, with the exception of in 2018. Obviously, you restarted that this year, but this has been the best team in college baseball and the cream of the crop for the past 3 decades. And this is your biggest rival. They've got the 7 College World Series. They've got the 20 appearances in the last 40 years. And for the first time in the history of your baseball program, you could beat them tonight in postseason. You get another opportunity, probably against either. You'll see Ianson. We'll see if you see Cade Anderson tomorrow night, or if they try to hold him out for the championship series. But it is a powerful LSU team headed up by a number of different batters that got to you on Saturday night, and another crack, which we'll get into coming up here as we continue on What's Your Beef Wednesday.
And you might be firing up the grill tonight for the game. If you do, get by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. What's going on that grill tonight? How about some gourmet burgers, some bacon-wrapped fillets, maybe some fresh kebabs or house-made sausages? Perfect for baseball tonight. Maybe some grilled chicken or maybe some thick bone-in pork chops as well. 479-443-0000. And since the game starts at 6, you don't have a lot of time after work. All the sides are there as well, whether it's the mac and cheese, their famous potato salad, or many other sides. They can get the whole meal ready for you. That's Richard's Country Meat Market. Find them online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com. or stop in before the game tonight, 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville.
We're going to talk to the former Razorback pitcher Blaine Knight coming up here in our opening drive. Your calls and texts welcome as well on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. And yesterday, you think about the start in both the top and the bottom of the first inning. So Razorbacks get out of a jam. Great play from Zach Root to throw it to Ryder Helfrich to get that final out when UCLA tried to steal home. And then for Vahiva Loy, who has been tremendous here at the College World Series. I think it's his 5th hit. Hits a home run, bringing home Charles Davlon, 2-run shot. He's been awesome for this Razorback team. You're hoping the hitting expands on what it was able to accomplish yesterday with 7 runs, again in a 7-3 final. Things are starting to come together. Pitching-wise, 19 straight scoreless innings, with the exception of the night that unfortunately went awry last night. So you're hoping that same kind of consistency that you've seen from the pitching staff will continue to come out of this bullpen and maybe lay in a vital shoes. We don't know who the starter is going to be just yet for Arkansas baseball. Going to probably find out about an hour or two before the game. But pitching-wise, Tommy has been tremendous thus far here in Omaha.
Yeah, and I mean, pitching's obviously what has carried you. I know there were 7 runs plated last night, but pitching has been the name of the game so far for the Razorbacks. That has to turn around tonight. If they score 7 runs, my guess is they win the game against LSU. If they can win tonight, obviously you survive in advance. If you lose, it's the season's over. But you put all the pressure on LSU if you win tonight. And now you feel like you're not playing from behind. You're playing on even footing. Going into tonight, all the pressure's on the Razorbacks. You can flip the script with a win tonight.
Yeah, and you think about going back to 2022. So Arkansas dominated Stanford. I want to say it was 17-5 in that game one. Then you ended up losing to Ole Miss. You're in the losers bracket. You come back and you beat them. And then it goes into that decisive do-or-die semifinal matchup, as we're going to call it here this morning. You're not there yet with LSU, but you would at least like to force that tonight against the Tigers. Same primetime game, 6 o'clock here on ESPN. We'll have your pregame coverage at 5, beginning with Arkansas game day, and, of course, leading up to it with halftime and Ruskin and Zach. Plenty of thoughts following the game from Arkansas. Here's DVH on facing LSU again.
We played them 4 times. We lost in extra innings. They whipped us. We beat them. And then what happened the other night, I remember them all. The first game finished about 1:15 in the morning. And then we got beat later that day. And then we won on a Sunday, which was a big win for our team, showed a little toughness. And then obviously Anderson pitched extremely well the other day. You just play, they're really good. They don't have any weaknesses. They got big time arms. Their top 6-7 arms all are big time at this level. And they've got power, they've got some speed, and you just have to pitch well against them and you got to score. And if we don't score, we'll be in trouble.
Pitching's been good, fielding's been fantastic, and the hitting's starting to wake up. So I think there's a lot of Arkansas fans that feel like they can bounce back against the Tigers tonight, Tommy.
Yeah, and it's going to be obviously it's a do or die day again. Razorbacks starting to get used to that. All of our coverage in Omaha presented by Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. By First Star Bank, your hometown bank for all your first. USA Wholesale Fireworks, the #1 wholesale fireworks company. Go to usafireworks.org. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. They're in Fayetteville on MLK Boulevard. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time. And by McClarty Daniel. It's never been easier to find your next ride. Experience it for yourself at McClartyDaniel.com.
After his career high 11th strikeout of the night. Blaine Knight, one of the top pitchers in college baseball, folks.
He's been a giant killer the whole year. He's beat some of the best arms in the country. Mize, Singer.
I'm going right after him. I'm not scared of him. I don't care if he's got 24 jacks in the year or not. I'm going to make him hit my pitch. He hits it out, But, I got an offense behind me that's going to put up more runs than he can put up by himself.
Wins the first bat. Clemens strikes out. A 1-2-3 inning for Blaine Knight.
This is the Morning Rush, and it's time for the opening drive.
Well, let's come on.
All right, we welcome in former Razorback pitcher, former Bryant Hornet, Blaine Knight, here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Blaine, you obviously heard some of your highlights there. One of the best highlight clips that in recent baseball memory was you talking about Clemens Kid and going right at him in that first game of the College World Series in 2018. You obviously had a great infield and outfield behind you. How confident do you think Arkansas's pitching staff is right now, knowing that they have one of the best fielding teams in baseball to back them up?
They should be as confident as they could ever be. At the end of the day, everybody loves punch-outs, don't get me wrong, but, your defense is what's going to help you get through all these games. Obviously, Gage punched out the world the other day, but that only happens so often. So if I'm any of our guys on the staff right now, I'm going and filling the zone up against these guys and let my offense help me out and still win a ball game.
Blaine, you didn't lose a game your final year in Fayetteville. It was one of the craziest stats that's ever been seen through the course of a Razorback baseball season. And then we took in, like what you were talking about, Gage, on Monday night. Nearly a perfect game, no-hitter, 65 years it's been since the last one. As a former pitcher, what did you notice about Gage so that was clicking for him and just to get him to that point of his career and that moment Monday night?
He's had a good fastball all year, obviously, but, I don't know. There was something about him, his demeanor, everything. He was locked in. His fastball was playing up more than what I've seen it play up all year. And times I've got to watch him, he was just going right after guys. He was in that mindset of, he kind of felt like he was backed up in a corner. The team was backed up in a corner. It was a must-win game, and so he decided to take it on himself and just go get after guys and do whatever he can to put the team in a winning position to keep pushing on.
Blaine Knight with us, Bryant, Arkansas product. What's it mean to you, Blaine? As an in-state kid, you've watched this program your whole life. You saw Will McIntyre, another player from Bryant, on the bump. Seems like he was there back when you were even playing. What's this mean to you, being from Arkansas and watching this team amongst the four left in college baseball?
Oh, it's awesome. Especially, just to see this team. I know they've had some ups and downs this year, and they've had to battle a lot. And but they're a super talented team. So as a fan now, not a player, but as a fan, it's awesome to sit back and watch these guys battle it out every time they go on the field and try to bring a national championship home this time.
Why has LSU been such a nemesis, particularly in the College World Series in the postseason? Why can Arkansas not seem to find their number even in a single game?
LSU's always been tough. Heck, they were tough back when I was there. You go talk to DJ or, any of those guys. They were tough back in 2012 era when Stanek and them there. We've always battled with LSU, and, it's just a props to them. They recruit good. They got good coaches, good players. They're tough to beat. Their fan base travels like ours. They're a heavy traveling fan base. So, they always have that in their corner just like we do. It's just, eventually we're going to edge these guys one way or another, and I hope today's that day.
Knowing who has pitched already, knowing, being able to watch some of these guys, what direction would you go if you're Dave Van Horn and Matt Hobbs today? Who would get the ball? Who would get the bump today?
I mean, today, the way I think they're going to handle it, and it's an all hands on deck kind of day because you can't look forward to tomorrow until you get to today. You know, I know Gackle threw. I mean, he threw like 80 plus pitches the other day or whatever it was. So I mean, I bet he's gonna be a little limited. I think you might see him in a certain situation today. You know, but I mean, you just got to go with what your gut's telling you. Your guys, whether it's Gibbler or whoever, I think it's gonna be kind of just a piece together kind of game. You know, to get through tomorrow. I mean, you can't conserve until you get through. So, you know, I think today's a must win. I think you're going to see a lot of different moving pieces. But I guarantee you DVH and Hobbs got a plan. And so I'll be curious to see who they're going to throw. I've been thinking about it all morning, so I'm curious.
Well, I was wondering what you thought because you'd have a better idea of what would fit.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be you can't really conserve anything. You got to get through today to get to tomorrow. And in my opinion, so, you know, I mean, I think it's kind of an all hands on deck scenario and, you know, just, you know, your name gets called, go give it all you got until they come take it from you and give it all to the next guy.
Blaine, I wonder your perspective to kind of go off that. By the way, talking with former Razorback pitcher Blaine Knight, undefeated in his final year in Fayetteville. You got an opportunity, obviously, to play that first game and beat Texas, and who knows what would have happened, but you guys ended up beating Tech and then Florida. Of course, you started game one of the championship series against Oregon State. For Gage Wood and Zach Root, who have been 2-1 and 1-2 this season, I mean, how much of an emphasis is it to that pitching staff's like, hey, we want to give these guys an opportunity to get the ball back again?
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's your workhorses. You know, I mean, you want to do whatever you can do to get those guys the ball again. I mean, that's going to give you your best chance. I mean, that's your guys. So, I mean, you know, doing, like I said, Root coming back last night and doing what he did, he put up 5 scoreless last night. Wasn't that right? 5 scoreless. And so, I mean, he came back, you know, he had a shaky outing against LSU, but I mean, that happens. You know, I mean, for me, he bounced back and he showed what he had last night. And, you know, he got him through another game. And so it's another day to survive, another day to play. So it's another chance for the rest of the team to pick up the slack and get him or Gage the ball one more time, you know, before it's all said and done and see if they can bring it home.
Blaine, I wonder your perspective. You guys went through the winner side of the bracket. You didn't lose till you got to the championship series. This team is obviously going through different circumstances, losing to LSU game one and being on the brink of back-to-back elimination games, and including one tonight as well. Is there a different mentality, in your opinion, that these guys take, if any, when it comes to playing games like this?
I mean, I'm sure there is. You know, every guy's different on how they kind of go about stuff. I mean, if it was me, I mean, how we did it in 2018, my mentality was, I mean, we weren't leaving. You know, my mentality, if I was there right now, would be, we're not leaving. I mean, yeah, we lost, but we're not leaving. You know, you just got to go give everything you got at the very end of the season. I mean, that's what you play all year for. I mean, that's what I came back in 2018 for, was to be in that situation at the end of the year to try to bring that home for the state of Arkansas. And so, you know, you've got to, I mean, your mentality's got to be just keep plugging away, keep going. It's not over till the last out's made. So give it all you got until that last out's called, game's over.
Yeah. Give us a little update on your professional career. I know that, you know, obviously everyone knows you were drafted in 2018, Orioles. Last year you had a contract, I believe, with the Phillies. Kind of where things at right now, and you know, what's the next stage in life for you here?
You know, free agent sitting at home right now. Free agency's tough right now. It's not easy, especially on the minor league side. And, you know, just sitting at home waiting. I'm still throwing, still lifting, still doing all my stuff. You know, obviously looking into the future a little bit, trying to figure out what the next move is if I don't get another call. But, you know, we're kind of hanging with it. There's opportunities out there. It's just a matter of my name gets called or not. You know, last year with Philly, I was throwing really well. I mean, I worked and battled back, got back in to an organization, just got hurt. Had form go out on me last year, and it was bad timing. You know, so I mean, it put me in another sitting on the outside looking in scenario this year. But you know, we're gonna keep plugging away, see what happens, and you know, if I don't get another call, you know, I've had a good career. You know, I can hang my hat on it. I can be happy with it. You know, especially like from what I did at college. That's more what I look at than anything than on the pro side. You know, my Arkansas career was what I'm going to hang my hat on forever. So, just we're going to keep going, enjoy the family time with my son and stuff and my wife while I'm home, and, see what happens.
You mentioned your Arkansas career. Blaine, Tommy was talking about pride of just watching this team. How about the first thing Gage does when he strikes out the final hitter 2 days ago? He just points to Arkansas on his chest. I mean, what did you feel in that moment when you see a kid feel so strongly about this program in this state?
No, he's a home state kid. I mean, he's got the same feelings that I had when I was there. I mean, that's growing up our whole lives. That's our team. The Hogs are our team. That's our professional team. That's everything for a kid here in the state of Arkansas. So, for him to do what he did on that stage and that spotlight, and want to represent the state, and that's what he's out there trying to do. And so, he lives and breathes it and dies for it like I did. So, I'm super proud of him. It was incredible to watch. I was fortunate enough to watch every single pitch of that. So, I'm super proud of him, super proud of this team for battling and hanging where they're at. And, just keep representing the state. Keep representing the state, it'll be good.
Blaine, how nervous were you for Gage? I mean, I was nervous sitting on my couch watching the game. You understanding that moment, how nervous were you for Gage Wood and the program as they inch closer batter by batter to that no-hitter?
Man, I wasn't nervous. I was excited. I wanted to be the one doing it. Like I said, I've been in those games and stuff like that. And I never felt nerves in those situations. I always felt excitement in those situations, like wanting to get after it. And, when that guy stepped out on him, you just kind of saw the look on his face, just like, not today, not today. And, he had that look about him like he was out there to finish a job, and I love it. I mean, I didn't see any nerves for him. I wasn't nervous for him. When I saw his look on his face, I was like, oh, he's got it. I was like, he's going to shut the door. And, obviously he did. I mean, heck, he held his velo above 96 the whole game, and they couldn't touch him.
Like 90-plus degrees during that.
Still throwing 97 in the ninth inning. That was 119 pitches in. That's pretty impressive.
Blaine, as we let you go here, we've got about 45 seconds. You kind of mentioned earlier the battle, the resolve of this team. Gage obviously had an injury where he was out for 2 months. I'd have to go back, but I don't remember you guys going through that much difficulty. In fact, I think they lost 3 straight SEC series for the first time in a while under DVH. I mean, as a team and then as an individual for Gage, what are your final thoughts on just how this team has persevered and gotten to this point?
I think they've done well. Like I said, they've had some adversity this year. They've had some injuries. They've had some ups and downs, but that's part of the game of baseball, and that's part of playing in the SEC. I mean, that's the men's league for a reason. So, you've got to stay strapped up and just keep going. I mean, if you're going to get knocked down, you just got to get back up and keep going. And that's what the team's done all year. That's what they're doing right now. And, I'm going to sit here and watch them from the house and hope for the best and wish them the best.
Blaine, we could have ended it better. Appreciate you joining us today. Former Razorback pitcher Bryant Hornet and Major Leaguer Blaine Knight, kind enough to make some time for us this morning. Blaine, enjoy the game tonight. Hopefully we clip off LSU for the first time in Arkansas LSU postseason history.
Absolutely. Thank you all for having me. Go Hogs.
All right, Blaine Knight with us. It's our opening drive here this morning, brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. If you're needing asphalt, if you're needing ready-mix concrete and top-quality aggregates, they're the ones that can bring it to your job site, whether it's a small-scale commercial or a residential job or a large-scale commercial job. APAC and Standard Materials Group has you covered. Plus, their construction consultant services always keep you on the right track. 479-587-3300 is their number. For rock, asphalt, and ready-mix, it's APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300. Looking here on the Bet Saracen app for tonight's game. Arkansas the favorite. Minus 1.5 runs, minus 130 on the money line. So the odds makers and Bet Saracen thinks Arkansas is the favorite tonight.
Yeah, hopefully they ended up winning later on tonight at 6 o'clock. When we return, Hog Update, going to hear from DVH after the win last night.
Omaha for the Razorbacks in 2025. Do you believe?
Our exclusive coverage at the 2025 College World Series in Omaha is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks Wholesale, First Star Bank, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville, and McClarty Daniel.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanar.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
At Our Best Bank, we believe small businesses are the backbone of our communities. That's why we help businesses of all kinds find their strength. Whether you're just getting your business off the ground, planning for future growth, or managing the day-to-day, we want to help you thrive. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Our Best Bank. We believe.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6 inch sizes, and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't be beat for spawning bass. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, Lure.net.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Yum Dinger.
We'll see you.
This is the Morning Rush.
For details at Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren. There's never been a better time to buy. Stop in today and check out our huge discounts on new Chevrolets and pre-owns. No reasonable offer will be refused, and at Rhodes, we always give you more for your trade. Plus, we offer free pickup and delivery. You can even buy remotely. Stop in and let us show you the Rhodes way with our 2-year complimentary maintenance program on every vehicle sold. Experience the Rhodes way. Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway, where you get the best prices, period.
I have enough trouble deciding what's for lunch. Imagine how stressed I was during the home buying process. Thankfully, Jeff Marks at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, took the reins.
That's right, Ty. Buying or selling a home is the biggest financial decision you'll ever make. I have years of experience and proven expertise that help guide you through the process.
All my female friends love my house. I'm not kidding either.
Trust me like Ty did to guide you through every step of the way. Call me, Jeff Marks, at 479-414-1193. Big decisions, simple solutions.
Summer is here, and Gelco Outdoors has the outdoor gear for you. Hiking boots by Salomon, running shoes by Under Armour, fishing shoes by Extra Tough and Under Armour, dry fit fishing and outdoor clothing by AFCO, Ariat, Drake, Hook, and Under Armour. Take advantage of the hot summer deals on summer clothing with buy one, get the second at 50% off. See store for details. For all your summer fishing, Gelco has the gear. Hunters, get ready for bow season. Gelco Outdoors, your one-stop summer store. 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has raked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full CertainTeed integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with CertainTeed. Avoid the door knockers and storm chasers. We are local and we will be here long after the storm chasers are gone.
Check out PatriotBrothersRoofing.com or call 479-652-9479.
Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
Take your dining to a whole new level at Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You'll find the finest cuts of steak and the freshest seafood in an amazing atmosphere. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant is at Chaffee Crossing, across from the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education on Chad Colley Drive. When your night deserves the best, call 597-4081 for reservations or book online at Toast. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant, your destination for not only great food, but an amazing experience.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Root deals 1-2. He struck him out looking. Fastball on the outside corner. Trackman said it was way outside. Cashel Duggar also tells Gregory Street where he thought the pitch was located.
5 strikeouts for Zach Root yesterday, 5 scoreless innings as the Arkansas Razorbacks bounce back against they beat UCLA 7-3. Root after the game, after getting another chance.
Yeah, I expected it. Hobbs pulled me aside the day after and said, we're just going to get you back as soon as possible, and you let me know when that is. And I told him I was good to go whenever he needed me. And, it felt great to go out there and, put my team in like a great chance to win. And Ryder called a really good game. And, Zane Becker, he needs a shout out because he just does so much behind the scenes, warming up in between innings, warming up guys in the bullpen. And he's as big a part of this as anyone else.
You think about Zach Root this season, guys, 5 scoreless outings as a starter. And I just think about, like, anytime he seems to play poorly in one game or not up to his standard, he seems to bounce back the next game. And that's exactly what happened last night against the Bruins.
Yeah, and I don't know how much of a tone setter was the stolen base that, going home, stealing home. How much of a tone setter was that with Helfer getting the tag in there? I don't know if the outcome of the game is completely different, but that was an aggressive play call from the UCLA dugout, trying to steal home. I think Arkansas really squelched a lot with that out at home plate early in yesterday's ball game.
Yeah, like in the first inning, just think about the momentum you're addressing.
Yeah.
That was aggressive for UCLA to call that. But at the same time, you followed up in the first with a 2-run shot from Bahiva Loy. So, like you said, who knows if the outcome would have been different, but the start definitely favored you. And Ryder was talking about just that play after the game.
I knew I put the tag down on him. I wasn't worried about missing it, but I didn't know if I got his hand or his elbow, which it looked like I got elbow. And it was still out.
That is about as close as a play at home plate that you will see. Arkansas, I thought, got the benefit of the doubt on the call. It looked to me after seeing it, it's kind of one of those. What do they say, Tommy? The evidence is inconclusive, or whatever. Like I still think he was out, but it was on by the hair on his chin. It was about as close as it gets.
No, I think they got it right. Based on all the angles, based on the review, based on the replays, I think they got it right. And if you're going to steal home, it better be obvious that you were safe. So I don't think the umpire was guessing. I think he got it right. So.
No. Well, you think about where Arkansas is now. Again, an opportunity to face the LSU Tigers again. One of the best pieces of media, I think, that Arkansas Athletics puts out there is just the post-game huddle that we get to hear from Dave. Here's DVH following the 7-3 win, just talking about, hey, what lies next?
Good job tonight. We played really good. Ninth inning wasn't great, but we had a good ball game. Fought at the plate. Root, that was a great job tonight, man. That was coming back, and Aiden obviously came in and did a tremendous job. Gave us three plus innings, whatever it was. And the ninth inning, we just feel the ball a little bit better, we'd have been fine. We really hit one ball hard over there. The ball had golfed down the line. Just give you credit. But we get to play against the ball, okay? Tomorrow night, get to play LSU, get another shot at them, all right?
Get another shot at them. I think based on what I heard in the the post game from several Razorback players. And again, as a coach, you've kind of got to dial it in because you don't want to give the other team any ammo or anything else. But I mean, they wanted to play these guys. They wanted another crack at LSU, and a little revenge factor as well. Not just the game you lost on Saturday night, but they got you earlier on the season in Baton Rouge as well.
If nothing else, you're due. 0 for 4 in Omaha against LSU. If nothing else, you're due. I mean, LSU's been the better overall program. They got the better trophy case. But I don't feel like, I mean, and I know what happened Saturday, and I know what happened in Baton Rouge. But I just, there's not much difference between Arkansas and LSU. And maybe that's the homer in me, maybe. But, listen, I understand the accolades. But Arkansas is not going to get beat tonight because their talent is a canyon apart from LSU. They're not going to get out-talented tonight. It's going to be about timely hits. It's going to be about, your starting pitching, getting off and getting you 3 or 4 or 5 good innings, at least getting you through one rotation of the LSU batting order and not having a crooked number on the board. Do you get where I'm coming from? I don't, if LSU wins the game tonight, it's because they made the plays. Yeah. It's not because they got a universe more of talent than Arkansas.
I think when you single it down to, like you're saying, the team. The teams itself are not that far apart. The programs are. They're going for 8, you're going for 1. There's a major difference in that. But the teams themselves, just on a talent standpoint, 100% agree. All right, that's your hog.
What happened in the 90s doesn't have any bearing tonight on tonight's game,
But there's history.
I understand, but I understand. So.
Yeah. All right, that is your hog update this morning, brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
All right, it was someone's birthday earlier this week, and it was also Father's Day weekend, and one of the best father-son combos out there is David Rath and Larry Rath, Rath Auto Resources, and Rath Mitsubishi. David, where do we get Larry for Father's Day this week, brother?
Oh, dude, I should send you a picture. I put them together. I put them together like a gift basket with, just the things that a dad wants. You know what I mean? Like a whole pack of, like a roll of Zim, nicotine pouches, and some fishing shirts and stuff.
Well, I bet he loves that. Well, you obviously got him a Father's Day gift, and you got him the birthday, and it sounds like it was a combination. I'll tell you a gift that people want heading into summer is a new vehicle, and they can find it at both Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi.
I'll tell you, I hope that's right. I mean, I've always kind of thought those commercials were funny when somebody just surprises their spouse with a car in the driveway and a bow on it. It's like, man, that's brave. But but I'm hoping that folks are looking like that. We got a whole lot of good stuff coming. We just got a couple dozen vehicles come through our recon center up here at the Mitsubishi store, and a whole bunch of them coming out of the recon center and the Fort Smith store. So that pre-owned inventory is turning really, really fast at both places. If you've been looking for something and maybe you didn't see it out on the lot, that doesn't mean it ain't here now. That stuff's really, really moving. We're selling a lot of pre-owned cars, and I'm buying a lot of them too. So that's a big deal for us, and I try to emphasize that a whole lot. Bring your vehicles in here, even if you're not planning on trading with me, extra car, you already bought something, maybe you weren't happy with your trade allowance, anything like that. We don't get beat on that very often, so we're swinging pretty hard on that. Local cars are a big deal for us. It's just something you have to haul from Dallas. If you're buying cars at the auction, you got to transport them. And you don't really know what you're getting. That can be a whole gamble. So I love to get those local cars, get my hands on them, and I pay extra for them. So we're not missing folks on that either. We'd love to do that.
Yeah, your dad does not like the auctions. Again, that's Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. David, I'm glad that your dad enjoyed his pseudo Father's Day and birthday gift. Hopefully, he's going to have many good Father's Day and birthdays for years to come. We wish him a happy 50th this week.
I'll make sure to tell him, man.
All right. Good stuff from our friend David Rath of Rath Auto Resources. When we come back, more reaction to Arkansas's victory over the UCLA Bruins and your Morning Rush Daily Question.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Can you explain the infield fly rule? Neither can I, but I can help you navigate a variety of legal issues, from divorce to personal injury to estate planning. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions, a new law firm offering affordable flat fees with payment plans available. You get an ace at the price of a minor leaguer. Now that sounds like a grand slam to me. Call Mock Legal Solutions for your free consultation, 479-769-1505. Real advice, reasonable price.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
Are you a middle-aged man feeling low on energy, struggling with weight gain, a decreased libido, or even battling depression? You don't have to feel this way any longer. Hi, this is Stephen Pittman, a licensed nurse practitioner and expert on testosterone replacement therapy. At Pittman TRT in Fort Smith, our priority is to restore your vitality and energy the way you felt in your 20s. No need to drive an hour or more.
Call Pittman TRT today at 479-274-1747 or check them out online at pittmantrt.com. Pittman TRT. Get back to feeling like your old self again.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
That's Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpathsocial.com.
Well, I think we all have the same question today. Who gets the ball tonight? Who starts this baseball game for the Razorbacks? That's the Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by CartPath Social. I don't think there's as many candidates for this job as some of the names we've had thrown out. Obviously, Wood and Root are both off the list. I don't think Gackle's really, after 90 pitches on Saturday, who you'd really want to put out there. I think Beidle Cheese is maybe the most likely candidate. Ty, who starts this game tonight?
I think it's Landon. I was a little surprised yesterday. I was sitting next to Phil and Razorback Baseball put out that Root was starting yesterday. I kind of just looked at him, was just kind of perplexed by that. But I think in this situation tonight, you think about the guy that started on the weekend. There's some other guys like Bybee started midweek. Colin Fisher started midweek. There's other guys that have started in those games. But I tend to think they're going to roll with Beidle Cheese. Phil and Bubba have talked about this. Again, he's given up some homers this season, I think most on the team. You're hoping a bigger ballpark could prevent that. I mean, this is one of the reasons they plucked him from Ohio State, is to use him and utilize him in a situation like this. So I tend to think that Cheese, and I think his other nickname was it Juice? I know we had him on a month or so ago. I think that was his other nickname. Hopefully he's bringing the juice tonight. I think that's what Hobbs called him.
Be his biggest start of his career, obviously. Yep. Biggest moment. Can you rise to the occasion if that's the direction you go? Jimenez obviously was part of yesterday's equation, so that probably rules. I mean, I think it definitely rules him out. So I mean, you just start looking down. I think that's the name I'm expecting to hear. Now, I mean, it could go a different direction, but I'm just not really sure what other direction you'd go with someone with starting experience.
Yeah, Jimenez had 41 pitches. You might see him at some point one of these next 2 days, but definitely
not starting though.
Yeah, don't expect him to start. If you want to hear from the head coach himself, here's what DVH said when asked about it.
We don't know who we're pitching yet, honestly. We'll know probably when do we have to turn the lineup in? About an hour and 50 minutes for it. Yeah. I mean, we have a couple options. Obviously, a couple left, a couple right. Guys that have started some games this year, and we're just try to piece it together tomorrow and see how it goes. But we're not 100% sure who we're going to throw yet.
Some text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Milk Toast saying, how does Dylan Carter or Parker Coyle not get a shot? Gunner from West Helena says he thinks they goes Landon Beitelschieß first and then Dylan Carter. Jane Fayetteville thinks Beitelschieß because of his starting experience. B in Clarksville advocates for Gage Wood to get another start after his performance on Monday night. I don't expect to see Gage until the championship series.
Hey, here's a chance for somebody, whoever gets the ball today, good chance, depending on where they're at, of it, to nail down. Great performance, get a quality start, get you through 6 innings. Someone could nail down a spot in the rotation, I think, with a great performance today.
Yeah, so when you look at Arkansas's pitching staff as a whole, and Colton and Tommy, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they only have one earned run against them this season. Excuse me, in the College World Series, and that was against LSU in Game 1. When you think about the errors and the stuff that happened in the 9th inning last night, obviously no runs plated in Game 2 behind Gage Wood's nearly perfect game. So this is a team that's been phenomenal pitching wise, and it's kind of flown under the radar a little bit. Again, when you lose, everyone wants to bring up the bad and not the good, and I get that. Like, you're ready to beat LSU, so am I. Hopefully, whoever starts for this baseball team tonight helps contribute to that for the first ever victory against the Tigers in the College World Series and postseason, for that matter. All right, and not including the SEC tournament. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Number one place to play indoor golf in all of Arkansas. It is hot across the natural state. If you still want to focus on your game, you want to have fun for a corporate event, birthday parties, you can do it all at Cart Pass Social. Right across from the Atwoods in Lowell, 122 Grant Place. You pay for bay, not per person. That's the great thing about Cart Pass Social, and it's BYOB. So if you need a place to gather, an event, if you're a really diehard golfer or you just want to have fun, then Cart Pass Social is the place to go. It's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social. Jordan in Green Forest says, I think it'll be Cheese, then Bybee, then Coyle to close it out. If you could, Tommy, only use 3 pitchers today, I mean, that would be great. Because again, you went 4-1-3, right? I think that's Coleman. I think that's right. So it's not like they've overextended or overexerted themselves through the first 3 games, and that's why you feel like you have a chance tonight.
Well, and it's when your back's to the wall, it's an all hands on deck situation. So they'll do what they have to do to get it done tonight. So that means getting into someone's not quite rested arm. I don't know if they do that with an arm that's going to be drafted first round like Wood or maybe Root, but I think you do if that means Gackle has to come out and give you a few innings. You do whatever you got to do to advance and survive to tomorrow, or there is no tomorrow. So I mean, we've talked about that throughout the week. It's What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. They've got everything you need to throw on the grill tonight, and I know it's going to be a tight window between end of work and first pitch. So they've got you covered with house-made gourmet burgers, house-made shop-made sausages, fresh kebabs, and everything that's just grill ready. Plus, they got the sides to go along with that. So call Richards now, 479-443-0000. They'll have it ready for the game tonight. That way you can get home quick, throw it on the grill, and be ready for first pitch just after 6 here on ESPN Arkansas. That's Richards Country Meat Market, 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville, and online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Do you like your favorite tonight? I guess that's kind of a beef of mine, and obviously Bet Saracen's going to set it what they think is actually going to happen, where the money's going to come in. I just think Arkansas plays better as an underdog. When I saw them come out as the betting favorite in postseason and then before the College World Series, I guess that's a beef because there's an added expectation. There's an added just component to that. I guess that's one of the beefs I had heading in, and I was kind of hoping LSU would be favored to give Arkansas some more, not that they need any more added incentive, but that's one of the things I was like, man, wish they weren't favored tonight.
Well, I hear where you're coming from. I don't think the team probably pays a lot of attention to that. I mean, you got to feel like the underdog when you're 0-4 against this program in the College World Series when you've only beaten them once this year out of 4 tries. So I mean, you're 1-3 against them. This team against that team. So I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like much of a favorite. I know what the Bet Saracen app says, but I don't feel like much of a favorite going into tonight.
Well, again, LSU has been a beef for a lot of you as Arkansas baseball fans for a while, and I know Ryder Helfrich was talking about it on the SEC Network.
I think we want our revenge a little bit. I think it's exciting to get to play them again.
You mentioned, obviously, the record that the Razorbacks have in 4 games now, 1-3 on this season. Now, we should remember, again, the first game went in extras. You had every opportunity to win that game, and you weren't able to close it out. I know the bullpen would love to make up for that game, and then you went up against a brick wall Saturday night and Cade Anderson. I know we're speculating on who Arkansas's going to pitch tonight, but I also am very curious if we see Ianson. I mean, you're not going to see Anderson tonight, I wouldn't think. You might have to see him tomorrow if you get by tonight. But that's another element that I'm really interested in is who Jay Johnson trots out on the mound tonight.
Hey, Joe's Grill and Cantina, they'll be ready for tonight and any day of the week. You can stop in. They got a special every day. Throwback Thursdays tomorrow with a rotation of Kuko's classic platters. Joe's Chips and Salsa that's made fresh every morning. Comes with every meal. They even got the fresh veggies, the fresh carrots in there that you can taste. Sizzling fajita skillets. Crunchy tacos on Tuesday for $1. And endless enchiladas every Saturday as well with that famous homemade brown enchilada sauce that is incredible. Plus, they got a full bar, TVs all around the restaurant, so it's perfect for watching the game tonight. That's Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps. Joe's Grill and Cantina, Tex-Mex style.
Tommy, Gavin in Fayetteville asking the question, if Vahiva Lloyd doesn't win the Golden Spikes after last night's performance, it's a rigged award. Again, Vahiva was fantastic yesterday. He had 2 hits, including that 2-run shot home run plus a walk. He had, I think, 2 hits the last game, and then also hitting a walk the game before. This is the part of the season where you need your best player to come through. And Vahiva has been that for you, especially in the opener against LSU where you couldn't do much. I mean, the fact that he got on base twice with a walk and a hit against Anderson is saying something. That's got to be something you have to be really hyped and thrilled about if you're Dave Van Horn and Nate Thompson, the way your best player's playing right now.
But do you think there's also moments with both Aloys that choke up on the bat, put the ball in play? Do they swing for the fences too much? And listen, that's paid off a lot of times. I don't want to be overly critical, but there's moments where we just need to get the ball in play, and sometimes that's where I think the struggle frustrates some that are watching is just place the ball and get it out of the infield and get the ball in play. I know that's easier said than done, but it seems like the approach is always swing for the fences.
Well, I think was more of Vahiva last year, and that's an issue that he was definitely dealing with at the beginning of the season, kind of towards the middle, and picked it up at the end. If you look this year, again, he only has, correct me if I'm wrong, he only has 1 home run in 3 games here in Omaha. And he has a triple, which
Only.
any other ballpark is going over the fence. But what I'm saying is, I mean, you have 5 hits that are in play, or 4 hits that are in play, and then also taking a walk as well. So he has
last night's could have just pulled, pushed one way or the other. I mean, that was to the deepest part of the park.
Yeah, and I think again,
off the wall
was
shot.
the wind blowing in at that time too, as well? I mean, it could have gotten out that way too. I don't know.
I don't remember looking at the flag at that moment, but I would say Kihio has struggled in your DH in his postseason comparatively to what he did for a good chunk of the season. You're hoping he gets going. But then you have a guy in your 9-hole, Justin Thomas, who has 6 hits in the last 2 games. Who we can it's hard to get limelight when you have a first-team All-SEC pitcher, a guy that just threw a no-hitter, and then maybe the best player in baseball. But Justin Thomas has been just as important, just as vital, just as key as a cog as anyone on this baseball team. And when you have your 9-hole guy that has 6 hits through 3 games, it's going to be tough on LSU tonight, Tommy. Hopefully he continues his run.
Hopefully that's an indication of what's to come. Brought to you by Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental. They're at the entrance to Riley Farms. Every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family is available with Dr. Sparkman, Dr. Farmer, and Dr. Van Nice that are all there as well. Plus they do the Snore Guard. It'll eliminate that snoring, and you can get $300 off when you mention you heard it here on the Morning Rush. So get your Snore Guard that's custom made for you at Valley Family Dental. 479-226-3500 for an appointment, 226-3500, or go to valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
All right, when we return, we're going to chat with Richard Davenport about this 7-3 win yesterday. It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market.
Best Bank, we believe small businesses are the backbone of our communities. That's why we help businesses of all kinds find their strength. Whether you're just getting your business off the ground, planning for future growth, or managing the day-to-day, we want to help you thrive. Because everyone deserves a financial partner who cares. Arvest Bank, we believe.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6-inch sizes, and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't be beat for spawning bass. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Yum Dinger.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Picture it. It's a day like any other. You're stuck in traffic on Rogers Avenue during rush hour. You're just ready to get home and relax with your family. And then, just like that, your life can change in an instant. And you're going to need a lawyer to make it right. I'm Phil Votaw with Phil Votaw & Associates. If this happens to you, call me, 479-434-6200, or online at votawlaw.com. I'm Phil Votaw, and you've never met a lawyer like me.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
The spring allergy and hay fever seasons are here, and Law's Drugstore has what you need to safely take care of you and your family. Law's Drugstore can fill and refill your prescriptions, and they have all of the over-the-counter allergy remedies to provide comfort. Call 452-6116 and ask about vaccine shot appointment for shingles, pneumonia, COVID, and whooping cough. Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind the Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires. Don't disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howe in Van Buren.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see a chance of some showers and thunderstorms, very few and far between early, but a better chance in the afternoon across the north. High temperatures today will be close to 90. Chance of showers and scattered thunderstorms tonight, and overnight low will drop down close to 70 degrees. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Cop CDL Academy. Call them today at 479-632-1050. Cop CDL Academy, expanding horizons.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 73 days. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Through to go.
Here comes West to the plate. He throws home the tag, and they win the inning. On a Loy, swing and a drive, right field, carrying, there it goes. Get out of here.
Just put us to bed tonight. Put us to bed. Put us home. We'll be all right.
It was sent by the lefty. The pitch to Maxwell. Swung on, hit towards left center field. Could be a gapper. That one's down. A gapper to the fence, scoring one. Here comes a boy. 2 runs in. Logan Maxwell at second base to make it 5-0.
We just don't make it easy on ourselves.
Just as I'm out, they suck me back in again.
They've got power, got some speed, and you just have to pitch well against them. You got to score, and if we don't score, we'll be in trouble.
Thomas, who swung on a base hit over third, makes it 7-0.
And we'll see you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
4 days in October, 4 days in June. You're halfway home to what we set the goal earlier this week after falling to LSU on Saturday night. And you knew if you're going through the losers bracket to make to the College World Series Finals, you had to win 4 straight games. Halfway done after defeating the UCLA Bruins 7-3 yesterday. You know, This is an interesting thought as we get going in hour two. Colton Little, Ty Richardson, Tommy had to step aside for some programming stuff to take care of. Do the games in years past against LSU have any bearing on this game tonight? Now, Tommy and I differ on this because I think when you talk to former players, not just baseball-wise, but to not get by, when you have a losing streak going against you, and then, again, it's 4 games. It's not like they're 0-20 against LSU in postseason. But when you do have a losing streak against the Tigers, or anyone else for that matter, to me, again, players hear that. They see stuff on social media. They know that they want to be that team that gets over that hump. What do you think? Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open for you. 877-377-6963 as Arkansas gets another crack at the LSU Tigers tonight. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday. I know that many of your beefs involve the LSU Tigers. Baseball, football, not so much basketball. But on the good side of beef, Richards has it for you. Perfect fillets. They've got the gourmet burgers, the fresh kebabs, and it's easy. 479-443-0000. Richards Country Meat Market in Fayetteville, 1 block east of College and Rolling Hills Drive at 3042 North Market Avenue, and online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com. That's richardscountrymeatmarket.com for the best steaks, burgers, and everything else in all of Arkansas. I know that a lot of you will be watching the game tonight with friends and family at 6 o'clock. Most of you are not having to worry about work or anything else. So that is a good thing for this game later on tonight. And, of course, right here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. So we got a chance to again, hear from DVH yesterday, and he summed it up pretty simple.
Tomorrow night, you play LSU, you know the shot at them, all right?
Ryder Helfrich kind of said the same thing on the SEC network.
I think we want our revenge a little bit. I think it's exciting to get to play them again.
At some point in time, when you think about great teams, great franchises that finally have to get over that said hump, to be honest, even though I'm 30, my mind always goes back to old NBA. Like it was Michael Jordan having to get by the bad boy Pistons. The bad boy Pistons had to get by the Boston Celtics. The Los Angeles Lakers, Magic, Worthy, and those guys had to get by the Celtics in the NBA Finals, who Jerry West and company, for whatever reason, could not beat. So that's, while the games that they have been a part of are more numerous than what you have in the history of LSU baseball, that's kind of what you're facing up against. An opponent that's going for number 8. You're just trying to get 1. Now, in order to do that, you've obviously got to win tonight. David Jonesboro says LSU baseball is like Missouri football to us. Very hard to beat. Well, I would give them a lot more credit to that, considering they have the 7 natties in their trophy case. But Colton, where do you go on this? Does the past have any bearing, any impact on this game tonight, or am I just nuts?
I think you're nuts, and I mean that. And I mean that with all the respect in the world. I really just think that you can't go out there. You're already playing against 9 of the best baseball players in all of college baseball because they play for LSU. So you can't already pit yourself against that and then go ahead and say you want to play against 10, including the ghost of postseasons past. You just can't do that self out there to yourself. The approach for this team needs to be taking every single game one day, one game at a time. And I know that's cliche. You've gotten on to me about it before, but there's a reason that cliches exist. Most of the time it's because they're usually true. And that's one of those things where when you're in a postseason setting, you're in an elimination game, you can't think about the past and the reasons why you messed up and why you're in an elimination game. You can't think about all the things you want to do if you get out of the elimination game. You just have to think about the one thing. I've heard Sterling say it. He said it last night on Hog Reaction. He said it again this morning on Chuck and Bo. It's a great phrase. You can't beat them twice unless you beat them once. And you have to do that the first time. So you can't think about all the times they've beaten you in the past because it really just doesn't matter. I mean, how many of those teams, how many of those players from postseasons past are still associated with the program? None. So from a postseason setting, it doesn't really matter. You didn't play these guys last year. They didn't knock you out of a chance to go to the postseason. Sure, they've gotten your number when you've played them at home, but we talked about it earlier in the first hour, Ty. You really lost that first series by only 1 run. Yep. You had to play and start that first series in Baton Rouge at 11 o'clock at night. Weird stuff happens then. So I think it's a lot closer than a lot of folks think. The talent, if not a canyon, like Tommy said, it's a lot closer, and hopefully you should be able to come through because you're due.
We'll get to some more thoughts here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline where our friend Richard Davenport of Whole Hog Sports and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette is Wade. And Richard, I know you've watched a lot of Arkansas baseball over the years. I wonder your vantage point and perspective. You think about Texas now being back in the league, the rise of Tennessee. Ole Miss has been also a big rivalry years. Where does LSU fall in the pecking order of rivals for Arkansas baseball, in your opinion?
I guess they would be 1B. Texas would be 1A.
That's a good way to put it.
They're not too far. They're not too far away from Texas. To be honest with you, just because Arkansas has been playing LSU for so long, and it's been a rivalry, especially last 5-10 years, and Arkansas's had a pretty good amount of success. So I would definitely say 1B, and a very close 1B.
Well, I know that there's some guys like Zach Root and Gage Wood that want a chance to pitch for the Arkansas Razorbacks again. And the only way they can do that is likely if they win these next 2 games against LSU. Richard, I wonder if we could go back, and I know you cover football and basketball recruiting more heavily, but Gage is an in-state kid. It was cool to kind of hear more of his backstory in the last 24 to 48 hours following his no-hitter. What do you remember about a kid from Batesville? And really, you think about Batesville lately. Batesville's gotten a lot of recognition based on him and a few other athletes from his hometown.
The best I can remember, and I do remember, him at Batesville, and I think Price Holmes and I talked about him. Price is obviously the guy that Gage really bragged about on national TV twice, having a big influence on him and his development. But I think he was throwing about 92, maybe 93 coming out of high school, and you've seen the acceleration of his fastball from 92, 93 to 95 last year, 96, and now he's hitting up to 98. But his breaking stuff is just elite, and obviously separates him, and evidently his his whiff rate on his fastball is off the charts. But I do vaguely remember him, but don't know a lot. But I just know Price Holmes and his ability.
Oh no! Did we lose RD?
I guess so. I'll try and get him back on the horn.
I think he's. It sounded like RD was at a camp or something. All right. While we wait on Mr. Richard Davenport, I want to tell you about our friends at Andy's Frozen Custard on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, Conway, 201 East Oak Street and Dave Ward Drive across from UCA, and the Andy's in North Little Rock on JFK Boulevard. Maybe you're looking for something sweet, something cool on a hot day here this summer and across the natural state. Well, Andy's got it for you. Plus, take advantage of the Pick 6. Mix and match 6 of your favorite flavors for the perfect game time treat. So we buy Andy's Frozen Custard today. Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, the 2 locations in Conway, and don't forget about the JFK Boulevard location in North Little Rock. Andy's Frozen Custard, walk up or drive through. They are ready to serve you at Andy's. Artie, I think it got cut up. I got to ask, are you in another camp this morning? It sounds like that from the background noise.
Yeah. I got the lineman camp going, and then big 7-on-7. It features Fayetteville, Bentonville West, Malvern, Rogers, about 16 high school teams, and they're out on the practice fields competing right now, and the lineman camp's going on the indoor right now. So I'm kind of going back and forth on both of those.
Let's go. I know you. How many camps do you think you frequent during the course of a summer?
It's not like it used to be. College camps are kind of slowing down a little bit. Trying to get kids to compete in camps is, especially the top tier kids, is almost it's rare. And now you still have a good amount of kids that are attending camps that are lower division schools, or kids that will never play college football or anything like that. But the top tier kids they're not working out as much as they used to maybe 10, 15 years ago. And so there's less camps. So last week, the week before, it was Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then you had official visits on Sunday. Today's the last camp in the 7-on-7 for the summer. So it's not as much as it used to be.
I want to come back to Gage Wood, if you don't mind. Richard Davenport with us, Lewis Automotive Group Hotline. He writes for Whole Hog Sports in the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Covered. Artie, how long have you recovered recruiting now? Has it been like 3 decades?
About 20 years.
Okay.
No, just about 20 years.
2 decades. I lose track sometimes. I saw this. So first thing Gage does after that no-hitter is he points to his chest where the Arkansas logo and insignia is and is screaming Arkansas into the camera. I saw former Razorbacks who were just hyped. Some guys from Arkansas, some guys that went to school here, and then he goes on Pat McAfee. There's other athletes like Patrick Mahomes. They're coming. I mean, just as a recruiting impact, RD, when you have a moment like that on the biggest stage of college baseball, what kind of waves, what kind of ripple effects does that have for recruiting for Dave Van Horn and his baseball program?
Well, I think they can point out to what I was saying earlier about the development of Gage Wood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he came to campus probably throwing in 92, 93. Now he's up to 98. Probably another year he might be touching 100, but and definitely one of the top pros prospects in the nation. And you just look at what he did historically, the third no-hitter in World Series history. But the 19 strikeouts and the domination that he showed the other day. I mean, you hear the commentators saying his performance was a once in a lifetime type performance, and I think you can benefit from that and use that. Now, how much does it help? It definitely helps. Does it help enough to sway a kid? I don't think it's something that would just be something that would put them over the top, just by itself. But you combine that with everything else that Dave Van Horn and the program offers. I think that definitely, at least gives the kid a little bit more to think about. I could be the potential next Gage Wood. You hear kids in all sports, football, basketball, talking about past players at Arkansas and saying, well, I could potentially be the next Darren McFadden. I could be the next, Trey Flowers. It just whoever's hot that in that recent time frames, Landon Jackson. So it definitely helps.
Richard, before we let you go, I want to ask you a fun one. It's International Sushi Day. Do we like sushi? Does Richard Davenport enjoy sushi? Before we let you go,
never had sushi, never will.
I'm the same way.
I'm not a. I run away. I had an oyster one time. I think that's about as experimental as I'll ever go. But I'm just not a fish guy. But that sushi and everybody I talk to that loves it. I mean, they're obsessed with it. Sushi. So ugh. I may be missing out on it, but I'll just keep missing out on it.
No, RD, I think you're spot on. Now I will give you some pushback on the oysters. I learned about the greatness of oysters from my father, but sushi is not for me. We'll leave it there, RD. Appreciate you joining us always. Richard Davenport joins us every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. He writes for Whole Hog Sports in the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, where you can always get recruiting updates from RD. Enjoy the weekend. Hopefully we're talking about this baseball team in the championship series and what they did come next Wednesday, RD.
See you, buddy.
All right, good stuff from Richard as always. And he touched on it a little bit there, Cole. Not only did I really enjoy Gage kind of pointing at his chest and giving the game ball to his dad, Brian, and everything planned out, but he was very quick to mention his teammates, Dave Van Horn, Price Holmes, is it Rudy something? I'm blanking on the one of the other guys that has been vital to his growth and development in Arkansas, Matt Hobbs. I mean, I always appreciate when you have a stellar moment like he did. I think he also brought up Ryder too, to give credit to others. Because sometimes that's hard. Sometimes you want to make it about yourself, but even in the midst of all that, he refrained from doing that.
Yeah, he's a better man than me. If I'd have thrown a no-hitter in the College World Series, I'd have pointed to the name on the back of my jersey. That's for sure. I would have been so hyped about it. And, I just think that Gage Wood, he exemplifies and embodies everything that you want in a Razorback. He carries that jersey on his shoulders with pride. He loves the fact that he gets to wear that pig. And I think that everything that he does is he remembers that. And so, he strikes that guy out. He gets the big out, captures the no-hitter, underlines his chest in Arkansas. He's screaming it. And the first thing he does after that is he goes and he comforts the guys on the opposing team, one that he knew grew up in the same town as him, and another guy that he's worked out with several times over the course of summers and off-season ball and things like that. And like you said, Ty, it's a selfless act. And in moments like that, we forget sometimes as people that when you do something great, it's often not truly solo by yourself. There was always someone there to tell you, teach you how to do it, help you, and along your way. And so for Gage Wood to do that in that moment just shows that whoever is going to end up paying him a lot of money to be a great pitcher in their organization is not only getting a guy that can throw 97 on his 119th pitch to close out a no-hitter in the College World Series, but also a guy with A-plus character as well as A-plus stuff.
Yeah, and you gained some fans after Gage's performance, like Pat McAfee.
It looks like a team that I should be a fan of.
He even attempted the hog call.
Suey!
What do we? Phil just sat down next to me. Is laughing at that. What do we give that attempt, Colton?
Out of enthusiasm, enthusiasm alone, a 6. The cadence, the rhythm in which it was said, they need a little bit of work on that.
Yeah, there might be some retries that they have to give that another crack again. If you want to call or text us, jump in on the conversation, you can do so on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Phil is here now, and Phil wanted to jump in on something. What did you think?
I was just going to say the Yinzer accent is not very conducive with the hog call.
No,
as you can tell with McAfee there. Yeah, it's not as good. I don't know what it is. It's a matter of if you say downtown a certain way, so downtown you can't do Woo Pig Suey correctly. He's probably never even really seen it.
Yeah, it's not like he has a ton of Arkansas guys on his show, but I was happy for Gage to get him. What do you think of no-hitter in Omaha? What do you think of Nomaha? Nomaha, that phrase.
I like that one.
You like that one?
They already made T-shirts, Ty. They showed a guy in the crowd last night.
Did you see that? They're already in Omaha Village.
Of course.
Seeing it.
You got to do this as quickly as you can. It doesn't take that much time to design a T-shirt and press things on it.
I'm in the wrong business making money. I should be out there with a cricket or something out there, a T-shirt press.
Dude, there are guys down the street selling little bracelets for $1 here. I mean,
are there really?
Yeah, this is like the town bazaar almost.
Important question. Fans are also wanting to know outside of baseball, which I know you got the next 3 hours on halftime to discuss. Where do you stand on sushi, Phil Elson?
Bring it.
Oh, you like it?
Bring it all.
Okay.
Bring all of it. What do you have against sushi? Are you just afraid?
Just not good.
Is it a texture thing, Ty? You can't get.
Do you have any
texture?
clue what it really tastes like? Have you
I've had it. So I need to correct myself. I've had it once and I did not like it, and it was supposedly.
All right, a gas station California roll does not count.
Look, that does not sound
well, it's not even sushi. We're talking real raw fish. Somebody needs to take you to the right place and feed you the right raw fish because it's like butter. It's like Barbra Streisand's legs. It's like butter.
Okay. Well, do you think that there's any sushi in Baton Rouge? Think there's any
there's sushi everywhere now.
Well, I'd be curious as we welcome in Tiger Bait, who's called in this morning. Tiger Bait, what is the best? Like Phil's trying to get me to try sushi. What is the best sushi place in Louisiana that I need to give it a whirl? There's other great places I've been to, but what's the best sushi spot in Louisiana?
We don't eat sushi in Baton Rouge.
Yes, you do.
You live too close to the Gulf to eat that fake stuff at Kroger, wherever y'all get it from. Hey, listen to Richard Davenport. Oh my gosh, he does. I mean, it's like watching the opening round of the World Chess Championships with Boris Spassky in Moscow. You talking about a sleeper? Gee, no
it's a
comment.
state treasure, Tiger Bait. Come on.
He's pretty national, or not national, pretty Pretty strong guy that's been doing it for 20-plus years.
You know what I've noticed here, and I'm expecting Tiger Bait may call later in halftime because that's what he'll do, is he got back on the airwaves here when he found hitthatline.com. What was it, 3-4 weeks ago? He was very nice. He's leaning back into
typical
the
Tiger
persona.
Bait.
That's right. You got to be real. It's like when you meet your girlfriend's parents for the first time. I don't know if you've ever done that before, Ty, but that happens. And you're really on your absolute best behavior. And then they start to get to know you in about a month. And then they tell their daughter, I don't really like this schmuck.
Go back to being a bad boy.
I wasn't really calling you a schmuck, Tiger Bait.
Oh, no problem, Phil, at all. Is this still Phil?
That's me, yes.
Yeah, I don't recognize you're not on Game Boys right now. The Vin Scully Phil I know. And by the way, to me, you're borderline Vin Scully at this point.
Borderline. That's better than that's better than most. I'll take that.
That's a respected compliment right there.
Borderline Vin Scully's a Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Hey, 6 p.m. where Razorback dreams begin to die.
The
crane just arrived. Eddie, Eduardo, the crane just arrived in Baton Rouge at LX Box Stadium, and the painters are rappelling down the line to stencil the number 8 national championship Tigers in purple and gold. Apologize to Tiger Bait, you delusional Razorback fans. Yeah, you, Richard Davenport, you throw out this Tier 1 smoke and mirrors up people's rear ends in Arkansas, and it comes out as a Tier 3 turd a year or two later. That's what you do.
I can't even imagine what a Tier 4 turd would look like.
Tiger Bait, I only got one thing to say.
We will see you tomorrow night.
Arkansas is going to win this game tonight. First time they beat LSU in postseason history. All right, when we come back, SEC update. Just got an email from the conference office. Basketball SEC schedules have been released, not necessarily days and times, but your opponents. We'll get into that next.
Omaha for the Razorbacks in 2025. Do you believe? Our exclusive coverage at the 2025 College World Series in Omaha is brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, USA Fireworks Wholesale, First Star Bank, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville, and McClarty Daniel.
Knowing if something bad happens, with the coaching staff, I know that I'll still want to be in Fayetteville regardless.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
When you need tough and paint just isn't enough, check out River City Coatings in Van Buren. When it comes to your metals, paint can peel and crack over time. Whether it's your patio furniture, rims or trims on your automobile, or heavy equipment, no one has time for a redo. Powder coating provides the toughness you need. Preserve your investment with powder coating from River City Coatings. River City Coatings, certified John Deere, Caterpillar, ISO 9001, Packer, and UL provider of tough. River City Coatings, 471-7675 or online at rivercitycoatings.com.
Take your dining to a whole new level at Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You'll find the finest cuts of steak and the freshest seafood in an amazing atmosphere. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant is at Chaffee Crossing, across from the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education on Chad Colley Drive. When your night deserves the best, call 597-4081 for reservations or book online at Toast. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant, your destination for not only great food, but an amazing experience.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Adventure doesn't wait, and neither should you. Start your next journey at Arkansas's #1 fifth wheel dealer, Wheels RV in Northwest Arkansas. No matter the size of your family or your budget, Wheels RV has a new travel trailer or fifth wheel to help you explore the great outdoors. And with our exclusive lifetime warranty on every new RV, you can hit the open road with peace of mind. Come see us on 412 in Tawnytown or check us out at wheelsrv.net. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Is your business's IT infrastructure secure? At Dixie Digital, we provide comprehensive managed IT services to ensure your systems are running smoothly and your data is protected. Combine that with Xerox, Brother, and Epson reliable printers and copiers, and you've got everything you need for success. Call us today at 783-6600 to learn more about our IT services and special offers. Dixie Digital Imaging, your trusted partner for IT and document management.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion. You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the tough there is.
Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally holds the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
All right, back here live from Omaha, Nebraska at DJ's Dugout. Arkansas's SEC matchups for basketball have been released. So you'll play these teams home and away, Colton. Auburn, Missouri, and LSU. So a trip back to the jungle. The Auburn Tigers, who I'm guessing are going to be good under Bruce Pearl, are coming in this year. Unfortunately, you just get Kentucky at home. You don't go to Rupp. I know a lot of people are frustrated about that here on What's Your Beef Wednesday. Texas coming in here. Tennessee coming in here. A&M, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, all coming in here. Now to where you just travel on the road. You got to go to, the Azteca Center and play Boogie Flan and the Florida Gators, the defending national champs. Alabama, which it always seems like you're going to Tuscaloosa to play them in basketball. You got to travel to Oxford to take on Chris Beard and Ole Miss. Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and Georgia are your away opponents this upcoming SEC basketball season. What stands out as that little list was just released about 10 minutes ago?
Obviously, I'm selfish, and I just wanted the Kentucky, home and away, but we knew that as a couple weeks ago that was only going to be a one-time thing. We're lucky that it's back in Bud Walton this year. But some of those away games are some tough games on the road. Alabama and Auburn, two very difficult places to win on the road in, as well as Florida. I don't expect Georgia to have quite the year that they had last year. I think that was kind of a one-off. I'm not exactly sure they're going to have quite the same roster that they had the year before, and they barely made any noise in the tournament, if I remember correctly. So I think that there's a lot of away games that you should be able to steal on the road, which is always a very nice thing to do with that difficult SEC schedule. But like getting Texas and Tennessee at home, those are big. Those are big home games as well, along with Auburn and Kentucky. So lots of marquee games for Razorback fans to come and watch their team in Bud Walton this year, and that wasn't always the case last year.
Yeah, I know people are excited about the home schedule this season and the possibility of playing teams like Houston, Michigan State.
Yeah, non-conference is stacked. It's a good slate.
Louisville coming into Bud Walton, so some intriguing games at home and on the road, neutral sites this this upcoming season. An intriguing matchup tonight between Arkansas and LSU. Here's DVH on playing the Tigers again.
We played them 4 times. We lost in extra innings. They whipped us. We beat them. And then what happened the other night, I remember them all. The first game finished about 1:15 in the morning. And then we got beat later that day. And then we won on a Sunday, which was a big win for our team, showed a little toughness. And then obviously Anderson pitched extremely well the other day. You just play, they're really good. They don't have any weaknesses. They got big time arms. Their top 6, 7 arms all are big time at this level. And they've got power, they've got some speed, and you just have to pitch well against them and you got to score. And if we don't score, we'll be in trouble.
Arkansas and LSU tonight at 6. The 1 o'clock game features Louisville and Coastal Carolina later on today. So you will have an SEC team represented in the national championship game. By the way, that Louisville and Oregon State finish yesterday was unbelievable.
2-1. Eddie King skies it to center. Reader backs up. That is plenty deep. Alisea tags to the plate. He scores. And Louisville lives.
Cardinals aren't on any rest. Coastal Carolina is. One of the benefits when you look at this game tonight is LSU played yesterday. Now you had to as well, obviously late into the night, into last night. But they didn't get the typical rest that the winner's bracket gets. Phil, I know Bubba, you were kicking it around last night that he was talking about as a former hitter, he liked to play consecutive days. That he felt like he'd got into the rhythm. He watched Arkansas again, 1 run in game 1, 3 in game 2, and then 7 last night.
But that's what baseball is. Baseball is a day-to-day sport. What it isn't is you don't usually play in the morning like LSU did yesterday, and then play the next night. But we make too much sometimes of what we think the effect will be on hitters. It's much more of an effect on pitching staffs when you play on a day-by-day basis, especially because in college baseball, the most you'll ever play in the regular season is 4 games in a row. In pro ball, you'll go 6 in the minor leagues, and in the majors, I think it's a little longer than that. So those pitchers are used to throwing on shorter rest. That's how they rehab themselves, and that's how they gear themselves up. It's different in college, so that changes it. But hitters love to hit. I mean, ball players want to play ball. It's not just they want to be at the facility or be at the park and take ground balls or take batting practice. No, they want to play ball.
They want to play.
That's right.
All right, we'll get into we'll stay on that coming up. That's your SEC update. It's brought to you by the Fenceman. You can call Sean and his team at 479-782-3936 for commercial, residential. The Fenceman has been in the area for 40 years. Whether you need automatic gates, high security, they can do it. Even financing. 479-782-3936. TheFencemanAR.com. That's TheFencemanAR.com. The Fenceman, he ain't afraid of no work. And we were talking about, so you think about Vahibo Loy, I think now has 4 hits and a walk in the College World Series. JT, my goodness, 6 hits in the last 2 games.
He's a guy that can hit one out here.
And DVH was talking about yesterday, Phil, like, he in a lot of situations he'd be your leadoff guy, but Davlon has had such a good year in that role. It's hard to move him off of that. So that's just an element. Braswell's hitting like 200 for LSU.
Yeah.
That is an advantage you have in this game tonight.
Well, you have a deeper lineup, but still, I mean, in the first game that these teams played, LSU got run production from 8 and 9 in the batting order.
Yep.
A little candy dunk single into left field by Stanfield, who has not been hitting much, and then Braswell was 1 for 26 when Root hit him with the bases loaded pitch. But that's more because it was bases loaded. He squared around and I think was trying to get hit by the pitch, to be honest. I think Justin Thomas is a good ball player. He would hit in the middle or the top of the batting order for a lot of teams. But I don't think he's hit anywhere else but ninth this year, which says something about the rest of the batting order, that Dave hasn't felt like, I got to move this guy from ninth to 5th or 4th. We saw that with Carson Shaddy, I think, in 18. I think he started the year batting 9th, and by the middle end of the season, he was batting 5th and 3rd.
Mm-hmm. And I think, and Colton, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but they showed a graphic on television last night. 125 home runs for the Razorback, which is a single-season record. I think it's what 7 guys have 13 or more home runs on the year. So it's not just the it's not just the production you're getting to the 9-hole, but we've talked about the hitting prowess, and it was nice to see Aloy go yard yesterday.
We make too much of the home runs here sometimes, but the ball carried yesterday differently than it did any other day.
Okay.
Because of the climate change, because of the storm that came in, the air's not as thick.
A little bit
You can
lighter.
feel it. Yeah, well, you can feel it. Like I wore long sleeves to the game yesterday. It wasn't that it was cold or anything. It's just I wouldn't have done that at 94 degrees the other day. But you could tell the ball carried much differently yesterday, and I think it's the same kind of air today. So I think it'll carry still in this ballpark. You got to be hitting it, and this is what they did yesterday, aside from over the fence. You had a couple balls into the alleys. You had one down the third base line. Those are great places to be hitting here.
And you think about what happened in the ninth. I know it was disappointing for Will McIntyre, the error he had where he threw it way over Robinette's head, and there was a play at third where Iredale looked from my vantage point, it looked like that he thought it was foul and just didn't make a good play on the ball. So that game again, prior to that ninth inning, 19 scoreless innings consecutively for this Arkansas pitching staff. The end of the ninth inning for LSU, the entire game for Murray State, and then the first 8 innings for UCLA. And Colton, what was it? Just one earned run, I think, maybe 2 this postseason thus far. Let me rephrase. In the College World Series. So, I mean, pitching-wise, Dave's hammered it, but I don't know if we've given this staff enough credit for what they've accomplished here in Omaha these first 3 games.
2.12 ERA in the tournament, best in the NCAA tournament out of all 64 teams. Yeah, giving up the fewest run, not just ERA, giving up the fewest runs per game of any team in the tournament. And I mean, isn't that nice to know that if you're not hitting the way that you've been used to hitting, that you got a staff of dudes that can win ball games for you anyway? And that's what you got to be able to do to be here. You have to be able to win the 4-3 game. You got to win a 3-1 game somewhere down the line. You remember Arkansas lost to Ole Miss here in that last game against Dylan DeLucia, 2-0. Connor
had a great game.
Connor pitched beautifully that game. And usually when Arkansas loses here and goes out, they got outpitched. Somebody pitched well, but you got a little bit outpitched. I don't get the sense of that today. I just think that LSU saves Ianson and Anderson
for Thursday, in case
either for tomorrow, hoping that they win today and they can start those guys in a championship series.
Well, let's hope Arkansas can have more of a game like they did in Game 1 in Baton Rouge if they do see Anderson tomorrow night. All right, that is your coverage here live from Omaha. Phil Elson, again, happy to hop on with us. Halftime coming up here in about 20 minutes. Our coverage here in Omaha, Nebraska would not be possible without Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price. Jackie and her team, Cement Head, the whole crew can help you with family law, car wrecks, slip and fall, dog bite cases, and more. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com. First Star Bank, whether you're saving or borrowing or planning, First Star Bank is your local banking branch here in Arkansas. For all your first at First Star Bank. USA Fireworks, Chris Brewer wants to let you know you can do it differently this year. If you want a big fireworks show for a good value, go to usafireworks.org. Just send him a message, and I can tell you personally, you're going to get your value at USA Fireworks. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue in Fayetteville. Hey, maybe you need somewhere to go to get ready for tonight's action against LSU. Maybe you're anticipating a game tomorrow as well. Well, Rudy's is the place to stop on MLK in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time. And by McClarty Daniel, where great service isn't just expected, it's delivered every single day. It's never been easier to find your next ride. Find yours at McClartyDaniel.com. That's McClartyDaniel.com. So, again, the first game today being Coastal Carolina and Louisville. If Coastal wins, they'll move on to the College World Series final, as will LSU. And Arkansas, again, in a similar circumstance as they were. Phil was bringing up that 2002 setup. Now, the Razorbacks won their initial game against Stanford, I think like 17-5, but then they ended up losing that next game, and were put in the loser's bracket. Ended up coming back to beat Ole Miss. I remember Zach Morris at the tail end gets it out, and Arkansas was able to move to this final do-or-die game, which ultimately Ole Miss won 2-0. But you want to at least set yourself up for an opportunity tomorrow against the Tigers. We'll see if they are able to do that. We'll have all of your coverage, halftime for the next 3 hours after this, Ruskin and Zach for a condensed 3-hour show, and then Arkansas Game Day with Big C and myself, and then Cold Little and myself will have Hog Reaction later on tonight. All right, as we keep it going here on the Morning Rush, it's that time of the morning where we tell you about Gaston's White River Resort. Gastons.com, you can always check out the best White River Resort. Really one of the best resorts, not just in Arkansas, but across the country. I know we always have a great time going there at Gaston's. It's 870-431-5202 is their number to call Clint, Jacob, their entire team. If you want to just see pictures, great videos, go to their Facebook page. Their team does an awesome job of putting up the latest catches, the latest videos, what's going on. And I know that we've always had a great time going. My family's had a great time going. So if you want an awesome place to take your friends, your family, Gaston's White River Resort is that place. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Since 2009, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has provided more than $1 billion in scholarships to thousands of Arkansans just like you. So thanks a billion, Arkansas. If you'd like to apply for the scholarship, simply go to sams.adhe.edu and fill out the information. And just like that, you're applied. The deadline's coming up, so don't forget. Apply now at sams.adhe.edu.
I think I spent a little too much money buying these people beers.
This is the Morning Rush.
Take your dining to a whole new level at Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You'll find the finest cuts of steak and the freshest seafood in an amazing atmosphere. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant is at Chaffee Crossing, across from the Arkansas Colleges of Health Education on Chad Colley Drive. When your night deserves the best, call 597-4081 for reservations or book online at Toast. Blue Point Seafood and Steak Restaurant, your destination for not only great food, but an amazing experience.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
A lot of life can happen between sips of Dasani. You know, the life moments, big and small, that are worth getting thirsty for. Like organizing a family movie night under the stars. Or hearing an old favorite song and having an impromptu dance party. Or finding a new dinner recipe that the whole family loves. The crisp, clean taste of Dasani was made for all of life's thirst-worthy moments. Dasani, because life happens between sips.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. With an unheard of 15-year spring warranty option, Grit is the team you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR.
Forsgren is hiring immediately. Forsgren Incorporated, a heritage company and premier employer, is now hiring equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. Have experience in any of these areas? Apply now at goforsgren.com. Don't delay. Forsgren is hiring now at goforsgren.com. Don't miss your opportunity to join the Forsgren legacy. Forsgren has immediate openings for equipment operators, pipe layers, concrete finishers, and laborers. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Forsgren Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett with River Valley Smile Center.
we dial 782-8940.
Coach Todd Holland, head baseball coach of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. I call 782-8940.
Stay cool this summer with a York high-efficiency HVAC unit. Or for more information on endless hot water and high-efficiency tankless water heaters, give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
It wasn't going to be easy, and, it wouldn't be the Arkansas way if we did it easy.
It was Parker Coyle, audio courtesy of Picture Nation after the win over UCLA. 7-3 last night here in Omaha, Nebraska, as we're live this morning once again at DJ's Dugout. And does that not sum up us in a nutshell as a fan base and as an athletics department? That's never easy. I was sitting next to a Morning Rush listener friend of mine yesterday and just watching the game, and he said until he saw that final out, he was not going to celebrate. Arkansas was up 7-0 at that point, and yet there was still some apprehension and stuff. So I want to get into some reasons here coming up why Arkansas might be able to beat LSU for the first time ever in the history of the two programs when it comes to postseason alone. It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Richard's Country Meat Market has everything you need to take advantage of a great weekend ahead, whether we're watching baseball in Arkansas playing in the College World Series Finals, or you just want to have a great weekend at home. They can help you out with the awesome fillets, bacon wrapped. I mean, if you're going to get a fillet, might as well wrap it in bacon. Fresh kebabs on the grill. They've got the gourmet burgers, plus the great sides as well. It's easy, it's convenient at Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Stop by and see him off College Avenue. You can give him a call at 479-443-0000. That's Richard's Country Meat Market. One more time, in Fayetteville, one block east of College and Rolling Hills Drive. Their address is 3042 North Market Avenue, and they are always online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com. That's richardscountrymeatmarket.com. Colton, last night as you and I were doing Hog Reaction, one of the best pieces of audio that we heard from DBH was just how the offense is starting to pick it up a little bit. We got some great insight from Phil Elson, who you'll hear in about 10 minutes from now on halftime. But listen to DBH in his own words as this offense started to pick it up.
We have a good offense. We're facing some really good pitching. You can't change too much at this time of year. You just try to improve in some areas. And, we don't have everybody hitting, obviously. You could go through it a little bit. Our 9-hole hitters got 5 or 6 hits. And, some guys in the middle order, they may have maybe one. We just need to get some guys going if we're going to get through what we need to get through. So, I'm just glad that we're scoring more runs, and obviously it was a little better tonight to hit in the ballpark. It's not as humid, and wind was blowing different directions, but it wasn't stopping the ball like it was the other day. But yeah, at this time of year, we're just working on what we do every day and try to put together a good game plan and advance. So here we are.
Oh, you mentioned Justin Thomas there.
Count is 3-0. The pitch to Thomas is swung on, a base hit over third, makes it 7-0. It's towards the line. West cuts it off. Thomas won second base. West threw too late. He held on to it. JT stand-up double. Love it.
JT Jr. You heard Bub at the end saying just he loved it. Arkansas fans have loved it. He gets up to the plate. They're sitting in the Arkansas section yesterday next to a lot of friends and family of the Razorback baseball team. I mean, there was an excitement, a buzz when he got up. And, of course, there's going to be when Vahiva steps up to the plate. But he's cooking right now. And hopefully that continues on as JT continues to find success here in Omaha, Nebraska. Colton, when you think about what Arkansas was able to do at the plate yesterday, Charles Davalon starts things off with a hit, and then Vahiva brings him home. Logan Maxwell has 2 hits yesterday. Got a chance to see Cam Kozel at least get on base, and he has that great base running. I'm just kind of going down the order right now. Cahillo gets a hit. Brent Iredale gets 2 hits yesterday. I think he walked he walked twice as well. So he got on base 4 times yesterday. And then Justin Thomas, like we said, got those 2 hits. So that's like 6 or 7 guys right there. And again, you're just hoping to find some similar success tonight, whether it's Ianson or anyone else that you face from Baton Rouge later on.
Yeah, Ty, you just want to get out to an early lead. We mentioned that last night as well. You want to get out, kind of punch him in the mouth, and just set the tone early because, Ty, there are some things that are playing in your favor tonight, and it is a What's Your Beef Wednesday, and that Dave clip just reminded me of a couple of my beefs. Look, folks, this is not the preseason jamboree, okay? It's the College World Series. Every pitcher that gets the ball is one of the best pitchers in college baseball right now. They have carried their team all the way through the rigorous, very difficult college baseball season, and they're here for a reason. So these hitters, they don't suck. They're facing good pitching. So quit trying to tell Dave and everybody else what to do by picking guys, switching them in and out of the lineup, moving them around. You don't know what you're talking about. Dave does. He mentioned that you can't change too much. Don't change your approach. Do what you've been doing. The only thing you need to improve on is seeing more pitches. I think Phil mentioned it yesterday in the baseball and in the radio broadcast. I think there was maybe the 5th or 6th inning until someone worked into a 3-ball count. So difficult thing that needs to happen for the Razorbacks. They got to see some more pitches tonight.
Well, speaking of consistency, Farm Credit of Western Arkansas has been consistent for more than over 100 years, helping families like yours in Arkansas across the state, whether it's a new home, an existing home, sprucing it up. They've got 25 locations across our state to help with lending. You give them a call today or visit one of their 25 locations or go online to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com and visit one of their 25 locations across our state. Just a programming reminder here, the remainder of the day. Halftime, normal schedule from 11 to 2. That's followed by condensed Jordan, Ruskin, and Zach from 2 to 5. Arkansas Game Day, myself, Big C, from 5 to 5:30 here in Omaha. And then we will have Phil Elson, Bubba Carpenter, of course, on the Learfield call right here on most of these ESPN Arkansas stations. HitThatLine.com and our Hit That Line Now app, which is always powered by Taco Bell. All right, as we close down today's show, I know some of you enjoy, we were just talking about Gaston's earlier. I know some of you enjoy going fishing and listening to Phil and Bubba on the call. Well, don't go fishing without a lure from Pradco. And I know right now it's the Booyah Mobster that people are using from Pradco. Again, all of Pradco made right here in Arkansas. You can always take advantage of the great deals at lurenet.com. Pradco made right here in Arkansas and always available on lurenet.com. It's the Booyah Mobster and more from Pradco Fishing. For Colton Little, I'm Ty Richardson. Halftime coming up momentarily as we continue on our live coverage from Omaha at DJ's Dugout.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports